So guys, I made a video a long time ago about this. About if Marquez fought Lomachenko at 135, what would happen? And I said Lomachenko would outclass Marquez. I, I've gone back and watched some of Marquez's fights, and I'm thinking I might have to rethink this. I thought I have to make another video on this because I think Marquez was a special fighter. He didn't have the flashy skills of a Lomachenko. He definitely wasn't naturally the more talented fighter out of Lomachenko, but Marquez was an exceptional counterpuncher. And Lomachenko gets hit, and Lomachenko is not a natural 135. And Marquez, for me, is one of the best lightweights. Definitely one of the best. I think he's an unbelievable fighter, Marquez. Probably doesn't get as much credit. He was a granite chin, great right hand. We saw that against Pacquiao. And I was thinking, if Linares can put Lomachenko down, if Marquez lands a big right hand on Lomachenko's chin, could he sleep him? Possibly. I think Lomachenko would win points decision if the fight went 12 rounds, but I do think Marquez could knock him out. Let's not forget, Marquez is better than anyone that Lomachenko's fought in his career when you think about it. And Marquez is special. Marquez was a great fighter. Lomachenko may have the silky skills, but a right hand could change all of those silky skills for Marquez. Marquez was special, and I actually think that Marquez could win that fight by knockout. I think he'd have to win by knockout because I don't think he'd outpoint Lomachenko, but that's a very good fight. And I think Marquez could stop him. I think Marquez could stop Loma. I think Marquez would be a massive step up to anything that Lomachenko's been in the ring with. Marquez is a legend. He's a Mexican legend. And he even fought as high as welterweight. So, Marquez would be a monster for Lomachenko to handle. And I actually think that, a lot of people would automatically say Lomachenko, but I think Marquez would have a great chance of stopping Lomachenko. Marquez had a massive right hand. And not just that, Marquez was the bigger man out of the two. Marquez was a great counterpuncher. And Lomachenko could be countered. And Marquez had a granite chin. That's a hard fight for Lomachenko. When you think about it, when you think about what Marquez did in his career, I think Marquez could win that fight by knockout. But Lomachenko's a boxer tricks. He'd have to outbox Marquez for 12 rounds, not getting caught with anything big, because Marquez, I think, would be the bigger man. Let's not forget, this guy put Manny Pacquiao to sleep. So Marquez is no joke. Anyone that beats Manny Pacquiao and gave Manny Pacquiao hell in all 4 fights is a serious fighter. We may overlook that, but I actually think, I'm rethinking it. I would actually make Marquez the favorite, if I'm honest. If Lomachenko can somehow manage to go 12 rounds, he could win. But if he doesn't, if he gets caught by Marquez, I think it's all over. Because I think Marquez could sleep him. I'm being serious. I think Marquez was a very good fighter. Like I said, a very good counterpuncher. He fought as high as welterweight. So again, Marquez, he's bigger, stronger. He was just an overall good fighter, and I think it would be a hard fight for Loma. It wouldn't be easy, but I do think Loma can win a decision. I think Loma could outbox him. It's just whether he can stay away from Marquez's right hand. Right hand dangerous. Marquez's right hand was quite a dangerous punch. And Lomachenko's a southpaw, and southpaws get hit with straight right hands. So again, it will be a great fight, but I think I would lean towards Loma, even though I said Marquez potentially would be a favorite. I just think Loma has the skills, but again, it's one of them. It's one of them which you can't call. Marquez was special, and like I said, I don't think Lomachenko's been in the ring with anyone as good as Marquez. So when you put that all together, it's a hard one to call. But leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. So guys, just a fight which I was thinking about. If Terence Crawford goes back down to 140 and faces Vasily Lomachenko, do you like that fight? Or do you think it's a mismatch? Could Vasily Lomachenko beat Terence Crawford at 140 pounds? Could he? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Could Vasily Lomachenko, and a lot of you guys come at me when I do these fantasy matchups. Oh, it's not real. Guys, everything's realistic. You know, people were saying Sugar Ray Leonard v Marvin Hagler wasn't a realistic fight. It happened. Everything can be realistic. You know, fights can happen. Fights that you don't think can happen could potentially happen. So don't get at me. I look at fights which I think can happen. Lomachenko's fighting at 135. Crawford was fighting at 140. Why couldn't that match happen? Because Bob Arum doesn't want to put them two together because they're both his main guys. So he doesn't want one of them to lose. It's quite obvious. So he'll say, oh no, Crawford's too big for Lomachenko. Nonsense. Nonsense. Lomachenko was too big for Rigondeaux, but you put him in there with Rigondeaux. Lomachenko is... So here's the thing. Is Lomachenko... Answer this question. Is Lomachenko, and all you Lomachenko fans that are going to come to the comment section, answer this question. Isn't Lomachenko way bigger than Inoue? Is Lomachenko more bigger than Inoue is compared to how big Crawford is to Lomachenko? Right? But Bob Arum's very keen on making that fight. Right? He's telling Lomachenko can go back down to 126 and fight. But then he wouldn't want Lomachenko to move up 5 more pounds and Crawford to come down 5 pounds or 7 pounds. Right? When Crawford could definitely make 140. Crawford's not a big welterweight at all. He could make 140. Right? If you pay him enough money, he'd make 140. No problem. But again, this is why promoters, they talk a lot of nonsense, because Bob Arum wouldn't want to make that fight, because what he would do is he'd be, like I said, he'd be exposing one of his cash cows. One of his, I wouldn't even call them cash cows because they're not exactly, they do huge pay-per-view numbers. Or I'm saying that he'd be exposing one of his main fighters because one of them would lose. But I think that's a fight that could definitely have happened. But I just think Bob Arum kept them away from each other, and saying that, well, Crawford's too big for Lomachenko, this that, when really Crawford fought at 135, Crawford fought at 140. I think Crawford is bigger than Lomachenko for sure, but I don't think it's a match which, I don't think Lomachenko's that much smaller than Crawford that it'll be a mismatch, in the sense that, you know, we've never seen anything like that before. Let's not forget, Amir Khan fought Canelo. That was a mismatch in size. But Khan did well in that fight. Khan was outboxing Canelo for 4, 5, 6 rounds. And no one thinks that Khan is as good as Lomachenko. So, if Khan could outbox Canelo, right, who was big and strong, who was way bigger than Khan, then why can't Lomachenko, who's a 2-time gold medalist, in many Lomachenko's eyes, one of the greats, right? Why can't he fight Crawford? Listen, they normally say a good big man beats a good little man. But how good is how good is this little man? This little man might be the greatest little man ever. So could he beat Crawford? And I actually think the fight's competitive. I would love to see it. I don't think it's as one-sided as people think. I think Lomachenko's got a good chin, and I think Lomachenko's very skilled. I think he's naturally more skilled than Crawford. I rate him higher than Crawford. And I don't think it's as big a mismatch as some people think. Is it a bigger mismatch than Khan Canelo? You guys leave your thoughts in the comment section. And that was seen as a mismatch. And look how well Khan did until he got stopped. So leave your thoughts in the comment section below. And Khan's not as good as Lomachenko. So leave your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. See you guys in the next video.